It is now official, boys and girls of the internet, that Destiny 2 is over. And it has been announced about a couple days ago. And I was really debating on whether or not talking about it because there have been so many ups and downs. There have been so many times when Destiny has gave me such immense joy and such immense sorrow. Destiny is truly something special within the gaming world, yet nobody seems to see it. It seems like even the developers are not able to see what golden egg this game is. But at last, after Renegade Star Wars update on June 9th, the final update is going to be coming out. And we're going to talk about the ups, then downs, the future, and Destiny 3. Now make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. But make sure to comment because I want to know what you think about Destiny 3 and the end of Destiny 2. I want to know everybody's opinion. Everybody has a voice here. Everybody's opinion is valid, and I just need to know what do y'all think about the future of Destiny and how the franchise is gonna be going. Now, I would say that Destiny is, you know, something special. A game that cannot be recreated. It is its own little hemisphere of stuff. It's truly something unique and something that nobody else has been able to recreate or been able to change or anything like that. Right? It's just something as an online looter shooter, MMO, RPG, class builder, open world, story driven game. Right? So many things that this game is. It's really hard to make something like that work again, and it's really hard to keep that player base going if you decide to neglect the players and just do whatever you want and not actually listen to the people that play your game. It is unfortunate, but sometimes that's just how things are. And after not listening to the fans for such a long time, Destiny's player went down. It was a drastic drop ever since the Edge of Fate. They tried to bring it back up with the changes of the previous expansion before Renegades, which was um I can't even remember because I don't remember anything that happened in that except for time travel and some bad guys of the Nine, the Edge of Fate, which was setting up the Nine as the next big villains as cosmic entities that work outside of space and time and have been keeping a dark secret from us. That was the idea. But Star Wars Renegades comes out, and in that storyline, basically what happens is there's Force users that, well, I guess it could be Force users, but they're just users that use the light and you have lightsabers and they fight. I don't really know much because I haven't played it, I haven't purchased it. Once I do, I will give my review on it. But I saw a lore video and it really didn't add much to the story. Now, this next update that's coming out is the final update, and we're going to talk about the tweaks, the changes, the fixes, and all the other things that they're going to do for this final update. The main thing is a rework of gear. If you do not know, the way gear works now is that you're able to get gear, but it can be from a 1 to 5 rating. That gear will have little stars next to its icon, and it will just indicate how good the stats are in the gear. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show you that because I am using my alternate account on Destiny. I have a maxed out account that I can no longer use because some Microsoft, not Microsoft, some Bungie features and stuff, and I'm unable to use it, so I have to restart and use this alternate account. I'm not too worried because I can get it back, but I am sorry that I cannot give you a visual example because I basically have like almost all the exotics for almost all the characters and stuff, and I grinded tons and tons of weapons, and I just wanted to give you a visual thing. But basically, they have these little stars, and the more stars you have, the better the gear is, right? With the next update, they're basically gonna change it so exotic armor also has this sort of new stat change. Before, it was only the legendary armor, but now they're also extending it to exotic armor, which kind of makes all of the exotic armor you already have pointless. Unfortunately, yeah, Destiny just keeps loving to reset things over and over again and making all the stuff that you grind for previously pointless. Like I said in my other account, where I literally have almost all the exotics in terms of gear, this only applies to gear, not weapons. At least I don't think so, because you can get event-based and newer weapons that do have a rating. Um, Let me check. Okay, so yeah, it is gonna be also on weapons. It's just gonna be across everything exotic across the board. I'm pretty sure. So they're all just gonna be updating this new gear system, and it kind of sucks because, like I said, it has made all of the previous gear pointless. It has reduced the value of all of the previous gear that you have grinded for and gotten the exotics and stuff. Now, the good thing is that if you try and get that gear again, right? If you have your catalyst for your weapon, you will still keep your catalyst. So that is good to know. Having to redo catalyst is a complete nightmare. That's why I'm not doing any of that in this account, luckily, because it's just so much of using a weapon, and some of the catalyst upgrades are really not that good. But besides that, we're gonna have a small new event and of course, the new story expansion that will just wrap things up for Destiny, and then we'll see. We'll see what comes next because Destiny 3 is already in development. Yes, you heard that right. Destiny 3 is already in development, and I can tell you that most likely than not, they might show it at the State of Play PlayStation Showcase coming this June 2nd? Yeah, June 2nd. But it's coming up this upcoming week where PlayStation shows up all of their new games and all their plans for the future. I'm really excited for them to announce how they're going to increase the prices of everything. And it's going to be more expensive to play on PlayStation Plus. And more expensive to get a PS5. But hopefully all that will be mitigated by Destiny 3 announcement. Now they say that pre-production has started, but you know, they shut down this game, they work on Marathon, and in the meantime they work on Destiny 3, and that's just how the ball rolls. But is anyone actually gonna play it? And are we gonna go back to it? I think not. I think most fans are burned out and just tired of what Bungie has done to the games, and it's really a shame because Destiny players can be some of the most dedicated players out there. Now, I will not dismiss that there's some terrible players in terms of like community. They're so mean, they're so nasty and arrogant and toxic. It's just not fun to play with. And unfortunately, a lot of the players that are left are kind of like that because they spend like 2,000 hours in the game and like over $500. That is addiction to a whole nother level. But if the game is good, then it doesn't really matter that you spend that much money. You know, the game has been out for around 10 years. $500 in 10 years, that's less than buying the newest Call of Duty every year. Right? But you're playing the same game. But I'm just saying that, okay, they spend lots of money on a game that's pretty much dying, on a game Well, no, that game, it is dead. It's not dying. It is dead. The developer said, bye bye. We're gonna work on Marathon. Extraction shooters are the next big thing. And who cares about the Destiny fans? But now that the game is gonna be over and they're gonna do this final update, maybe there'll be a sense of closure. Maybe there'll be a sense of completion that this is it. You know, whatever comes after, there's nothing more. Everything is now finalized. All the gear, all the weapons, all the stuff is now set in stone. And no more would show up in the game, and no less. Hopefully, they make it so bright dust, you can get a whole bunch of bright dust and get all the cosmetics in the game, and they put some in rotation, or who knows, maybe some stuff might just be gone forever and you just might not be able to get it anymore. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I think that's kind of all I wanted to talk about the game. Just a quick little video letting y'all know that, you know, this is it for the game and kind of how players feel about it. I personally am a bit sad, but also really excited that it's complete. There's a sense of finality, there's a sense of completion, and we can move on to whatever project comes next. But if Destiny 3 is gonna come out, they really need to change their model. They gotta go with a Call of Duty or a Fortnite model where everything is free and you really only pay for cosmetics. But in a game like this, cosmetics kind of break the game unless they're just exotic cosmetics or some skins. But who knows, because the whole grind is the loot, and if you can buy the loot, then what's the point of the grind? Anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel hitting that, you know, that subscribe button. And unlike Destiny, you know, it's free, so it's a win-win. You can only get stuff out of it. You don't lose anything. You actually gain more by clicking on that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.